The powers of monomials. To raise a monomial to a power, and power just means like an exponent. So it's an exponent on the outside of the parentheses. Use the power rule. And what the power rule is, remember for adding and subtracting, we just combine like terms that did not change your signs or exponents. Multiplying, we added, so powers were actually going to multiply. So this one is going to be A times B. So A times B. So by looking at that, who's got a guess of what they think number 1 would be? X to the what? To the 10th power. Good. So it'd just be 2 times 5. 2 would be M to the, anybody got a guess? Yes. So think of this like distributive property. You're taking this times this number, and then the N, that times that. So 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, then 3. What is there always understood whenever there's no exponent? 1. Well, what is 1 times 3? 3. And then what would our D change to? To the 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. Pretty easy, right? Okay, but the examples with coefficients, remember coefficients are the number in front of the variable. Raise the coefficient to the given power, simplify the variables with the power rule. So well, go ahead, Satir.
So do you just multiply the number on the outside by the 5 for that one?
So you don't multiply, you do the actual exponent rule. So for like this one, I could do that in my head, but we'll do 5 squared.
Oh.
Well, 5 squared is 25. So the coefficient you do just like you would in normal math. The exponent you multiply. So what would our x change to? 14. Then on number 5, I will tell you where people mess up is they just automatically think in their head that's going to be 10. Well, it's not 10. 2 to the 5th power means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And the way you show that, the easiest way is with Desmos. You do 2, press this little A to the B power, and then 5. So 32. And then that'd be x to the 10th, y to the 5th. Okay, here's something that's very important. Whenever you have a coefficient that has a negative, you have to use parentheses around that coefficient. So on number 6, you're going to put parentheses around the -2. And then it says to the 2nd power. So -2 to the 2nd power. That will give you a +4. Anybody got a guess on what it would have done if you did not have parentheses?
It would have made it
-4. And that's not right, because what this is saying is -2 times -2. It's not saying -2 times 2. It's saying -2 times -2. And then what would our P change to? 8. Q would change to 12. So I want you all to try 7 through 9, and then we'll go over them together. Try 7 through 9. So I give you, what did you get for 7?
256 e to the power of 12, d to the power of 16.
Very good. So 256, c to 12, d to the 16th. Number 8. Anybody want to give a guess? Very good. Now let me ask you all this. Who's got a guess of why that one was negative but none of the other ones were?
I was confused on that.
Because you put the parentheses around it.
But what do you notice about this exponent here? This is a negative, but that's a 2. This exponent's a negative, or that's a negative, but that's a 4. What are both of those numbers? Even.
Oh.
Any odd exponent that has a negative, the answer is going to be odd. And the reason why is, think about it. What's -1 times -1? 1. What's 1 times -1? So if you do that, -1 times -1 times -1, that would end up being -1 because you have it written 3 times. So anytime you have odds, it's going to change it back to negative.
I got you.
All right, and then 9. So 9, I'm hoping that you all did this right. Did anybody get, what fraction did y'all get?
1/8.
That's right. So yeah, I'm going to still put this in the recording just in case anybody is confused. So you have 1/2. You press the little right arrow button and then put to the third power. And you press the fraction button, and it looks like that. Now, I would actually, that kind of looks weird, so I would actually put in parentheses just so it doesn't look so weird. I don't know what I was doing now.
Can we just put all of them in parentheses? Or?
That's what I typically do, is just put them all in parentheses just in case. Just because it looks weird without parentheses. But yeah, so it gives you 1/8. What would our A change to? 9, B, 12, C.
15.
Very good. Okay, and then number 10. Now we're combining everything we've learned so far. So yesterday and today. So first with powers we multiply. So what would our X change to?
9.
9. What would our Y change to? 9 times X, Y squared. Okay, who remembers what we do with our exponents whenever we're multiplying? That's what we were doing yesterday.
The same. Right.
So with multiplying, like here you did 2 plus 3 was 5.
Oh, okay.
9
You
plus
add
1
that
is
exponent.
10. So yeah, this one you're just going to add your exponents. So what would our X change to? 10. What would our Y change to? 11.
Oh.
Does everyone see how we got that? Remember, there's an understood 1 here, so that's where they got the 10 for the X. Okay, and then 11, 8 to the third times, think of this as a negative 1. What's negative 1 to the fourth power?
4.
No.
Oh, wait.
1.
Oh.
And then what would our A change to?
8.
What would our A change to? 8. And B change to 4. And now at this point, you just combine your like terms. So we don't have any B's to combine, but we do have A's. What's our A going to change to? Okay. Yeah, so I just, wait, what?
The B.
So you have 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So what would our A change to?
11.
And B would just stay the same. B to the fourth. All right, I'm going to do one more with you.
Do 13.
13, okay. So 13. 6 to the third power. Now, I cannot do that one in my head. So 6 to the third. 216. So it's going to be 216. A to the 6, B to the
3.
times 1/3 to the second power. That'd be 1 over. You guys, if you have a 1 on top, all you're really doing here is you're just doing 1 squared. What's 1 squared?
1.
1. And then you're doing 3 squared. What's 3 squared?
9.
9. So that's all. You don't really have to do it in the calculator. Then the A would be to the second power, B to the second, C to the second. So now we're going to have to do 216 times 1/9. So that I would definitely use your decimals for. 216 times 1 over 9. That gives you 24. What would our A's change to? 8. B. What'd you say?
5.
5. And then there's nothing else to combine our C's with, so we just bring that in our final answer, the C squared. So you should have gotten 24, A to the 8th, B to the 5th, C to the 2nd. All right, so I want y'all to try 12, 14, and 15 on your own.